This is Verbena bonariensis. It's a nice perennial, hardy down to about mid-teens Fahrenheit, and very distinctive look to this plant. You can see how it's got these long stems, and on the terminal spikes or at the end of the stems, you've got these flower clusters. And plant blooms a very long time. Butterflies like it, by the way. And what I like is how you see it in this big garden. This is in Vancouver, British Columbia. They've used it mixed with a lot of other perennials and some flowering shrubs. And because of its height, around 4 to 5 feet, it stands up and kind of stands above a lot of these lower plants. Here you see a really nice, now here's a good shot of the plant itself. And at the base of the plant, there's not a lot going on there. It's a very sparse little cluster, and really the show is up higher. So you see these long kind of squarish stems that support the flowers, and here again you can see it in this perennial border. And that's a nice way to use it. I don't love the color mix here, but I think the way this stands up in the back is really interesting. I think they may have overused this a little bit here, but just in terms of how to use it, I use it as a background plant where it's standing behind other things that are nice companion plants in the foreground. And at the end here, we're going to show you some nice companion plant ideas as well. So this can be an invasive plant. It can go to seed on its own, and if you've got moist soil that's ripe for propagating seeds that drop, then that can be a problem. I've read about this online, and I've heard some people saying that they found it invasive. I think Texas was one of the areas where it was really a problem. So I haven't had that experience myself. I'm in Northern California in a hot inland valley during the summer, and that's not an experience I've had on any of our jobs. So I think it seems to be climate driven, and be forewarned, I guess, is the thing I could say about that. So deer resistant, I've seen this in deer areas, and the deer have left it alone. Lower water once it's established, and full sun is where you're going to get your best bloom for this one. And really just a nice, interesting accent plant. Also a wind garden. I've had a few clients request kind of a wind garden, and there's some nice plants like Gara and miscanthus, some of the grasses. This is a really lovely plant in the wind because of the long stems. Just a little bit of wind will move these around nicely for you. So consider that too when you're thinking about this. They bloom from spring until the frost hits them in late fall. So a long blooming plant. Cold kind of finally knocks them back, but you don't get a lot of perennials that bloom as long as this one. So I like that about it as well. And that's what I can tell you about Verbena bonariensis. Really nice, taller perennial, and very distinctive in its appearance. Enjoy. And to follow are some nice companion plants.